Good day and welcome. We bring you today's important updates from Pattaya and Nongprue. Stay with us as we cover the latest incidents that have affected both residents and tourists in the region. A motorcycle accident in Pattaya during the early hours of September 12th left two Thai women injured after what witnesses say was caused by two foreign men crossing the road irresponsibly. The crash happened at around 3 in the morning near the intersection of 2nd Road and Pratamnak Road, directly in front of a local hotel. Emergency personnel from the Sawang Boribun Rescue Unit were immediately dispatched after receiving reports of the collision. When they arrived, they found two women on the ground. The rider, identified only as Miss Benyaporn, had been operating a red and black Honda CBR 150 motorcycle, while her passenger, 36-year-old Miss Saranya Dwangchai-sang, was lying nearby with severe injuries. First responders gave both women urgent medical assistance at the scene before rushing them to a nearby hospital for further treatment. Several witnesses told police that just moments before the crash, the motorcycle rider repeatedly honked her horn to warn two men, believed to be Indian tourists, who were strolling arm in arm across the road. Despite the warning, the two men allegedly continued walking slowly without acknowledging the oncoming motorcycle. With no time to stop, the rider struck the men before losing control, throwing herself and her passenger to the ground. Shockingly, while the tourists did not appear to be hurt, they reportedly walked directly into a nearby hotel without stopping to help or even check if the injured women were alive. Police officers documented the entire crash scene, photographing the evidence and speaking with those who witnessed the incident. Authorities are also reviewing CCTV footage from nearby buildings to confirm the tourists' identities and clarify the precise circumstances. Officers have promised a thorough investigation, ensuring accountability and justice for the injured victims. On the same day, but later in the afternoon, Nongprue municipal officials were called to inspect a residential home following complaints that a property might have been built illegally. At 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Deputy Mayor Wanchai Sengam led a team of engineers to the Ratanakorn 15 housing development after residents raised concerns that a homeowner had extended the house beyond the legal height of 2 stories. Anonymous neighbors feared that the property was unsafe or had bypassed construction regulations. When the officials arrived, they carefully reviewed both the building and the records on file. They confirmed that the home had indeed been issued a stop work order earlier due to missing permits. However, the homeowner later submitted all required documentation, including written approval from surrounding neighbors, which allowed municipal authorities to approve the continuation of the project. Deputy Mayor Wanchai Sengam explained that the final height of the structure was measured and confirmed to be under 8 meters, which meets the current zoning requirements. He also emphasized that the mayor, Winai Inpitak, is committed to investigating all public complaints, particularly those related to construction safety and legal compliance. This case, he noted, is an example of how community oversight and municipal enforcement work together. Ultimately, the complaint was resolved, the property was declared compliant, and officials reassured residents that proper legal checks had been completed. Just 1 day earlier, on September 11th, a dangerous fire broke out in Nongprue, causing widespread alarm among local residents. At approximately 2:30 in the afternoon, thick black smoke was seen pouring out of the 2nd floor of a townhouse located in Soi Nernplop 1, close to the entrance of Chatkau 9 village. Panic spread quickly among the neighborhood as crowds of people gathered to watch, fearing the flames would engulf nearby homes. 3 fire trucks and a team of firefighters from the Sawang Boribun Rescue Center responded immediately, working alongside local volunteers and residents. They were able to bring the situation under control before the flames consumed the entire house. The townhouse, identified as house number 18/38, belonged to 29-year-old Miss Patareg Prani. She later told reporters that she had been resting on the 2nd floor when the fire suddenly began. At the time, a worker had been welding on the roof near the kitchen. Sparks from the welding reportedly fell onto insulation material, which quickly caught fire and spread to other parts of the house. Luckily, Miss Pata and her sister managed to escape without injury. Thanks to the rapid arrival of firefighters and neighbors who assisted, the flames were contained mostly to the kitchen area, sparing the rest of the house from total destruction. Officials are still assessing the damage, but the incident serves as a warning to others. Authorities have reminded residents and workers to exercise extreme caution when welding, cooking, or performing other activities that generate sparks or heat inside residential areas. They stressed the importance of having fire extinguishers and basic safety equipment available at all times to prevent similar disasters in the future. What could have easily become a complete tragedy was narrowly avoided, leaving behind significant damage, but also an important reminder about fire safety. And finally, a tragic accident at sea has shaken Pattaya's tourism community. On September 9th, a young Chinese couple rented a yellow Yamaha jet ski near Tawan Beach on Koh Larn, hoping to enjoy an afternoon ride. The couple, 33-year-old Mr. Ma Xiao and his 28-year-old partner, Miss Yang Ojong, left around 2:30 in the afternoon but never returned the jet ski. By evening, the rental operator, 45-year-old Mr. Chumnon Streetong, realized something was wrong and alerted Pattaya police. This launched a large-scale search effort involving the Marine Police, Tourist Police, the Marine Department, and Sawang Boribun rescue volunteers. For hours, teams scoured the waters around Pattaya Bay. At 2:30 in the morning, nearly 12 hours after they disappeared, a local fisherman spotted Mr. Ma floating about 2 nautical miles from Koh Larn. He was exhausted, dehydrated, and in visible distress, but alive. He was quickly brought back to shore where he described the ordeal to police. Unfortunately, his girlfriend remained missing. Later that morning, rescue crews discovered the jet ski itself drifting at sea. The hull showed deep cracks, leading authorities to believe it had struck rocks, disabling the craft. The search continued with urgency, and later Miss Yang's body was found still wearing her life jacket. An autopsy is being carried out to determine her exact cause of death. CCTV cameras on Tawan Beach captured the couple riding away alongside 2 other jet skis, disappearing from view only minutes later. Authorities believe they may have become lost while attempting to ride toward Koh Sichong, eventually running into difficulties that left them stranded. Police have since reminded both tourists and operators that jet ski rentals, while popular, involve significant risks, especially when riders venture into open waters without guides. They urged all visitors to follow safety rules strictly, remain within designated zones, and ensure all equipment is thoroughly checked before departure. This tragic accident highlights how quickly a fun holiday activity can turn into a life-threatening emergency. These recent events serve as reminders of the risks and responsibilities faced by both locals and visitors in Pattaya and Nongprue. From accidents on the road to fire hazards in the home, and from construction concerns to tragic mishaps at sea, each story shows the importance of awareness, responsibility, and safety. Authorities continue to investigate these cases, assist those affected, and emphasize prevention to ensure similar incidents do not happen again. Thank you for following these updates, and thank you for watching.